dissect. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listening. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let you stop rubbing, or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping.
Well, look, it's just me, except it's not. It's everyone. Welcome back to the perfect match. I'm not sure what happened there. Something I'd done wrong. I don't know. Just another blonde moment from me. But hope everyone is well on this Monday morning or afternoon, wherever you are. It's the day after the day before where we scraped past Manchester United, and that is what we're going to be focusing on today, doing a match review of Tottenham's win against Manchester United yesterday. But I hope everyone is feeling good. Jimbo, Chang, both join me today. Nick will be here. I did tell him it was 10 past, so, you know, he's not late.
I just messaged him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just technically got the time slightly confuddled. But Jimbo, first of all, how are you? You got your lucky shirt on again.
Yeah. Hello to everybody. And to Steve Davis listening in the car. And I hope everyone's well and enjoyed the game yesterday. And hello to Chang.
Mr. Chang, big up to you. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm doing very well. Had a very regenerative and very, restful weekend. The last 12 hours have been somewhat of a mixed bag for me. I had one of the best Sundays in a good long while. Having finished work quite late on a Saturday, but I was absolutely looking forward to a Sunday. Got off to a cracker. I thought it was going to end on a high note with the Spurs win. And I made plans. I made plans to wake up at midnight to watch the game. Unfortunately, because I had such a great morning and afternoon, I somehow rather missed the match entirely. And I woke up at 3 a.m., a good half hour after the full-time whistle was blown. But I've been watching bits and pieces of the match on Match of the Day and whatever highlights I can find on YouTube. Currently, I am watching it back the first hour or so. And speaking of which, welcome, Mr. Collison Wright. I think he's right on the dot. The show was supposed to begin at 10 past noon, but he's right on time.
20 past, 10 past, 8 past. what is it? 3 minutes past. She does what she likes, old Kate, doesn't she?
I do as
We're
I
just
like.
going through the introduction, so you didn't miss much. Now that I'm done with my introduction, it's over to you.
Nick, late as always.
Well, actually, I'm 2 minutes early based on what you told me earlier. Yeah.
Do you know what? It's been one of them mornings today.
I'm
I
12
was
minutes earlier from the first time. I'm
Yeah.
2 minutes earlier from the second time, and I'm 3 minutes late from you going live. So
There we go.
We'll split the difference, shall we?
How are you, Nick? Have a good weekend?
Well, I think I've woken up. I'm dreaming. We won 2 games of footballs, 2 clean sheets. Jimbo got some predictions right. He's probably had a good week as well. Looking back on him, I've had a bit of a shocker. Chang got a couple right, or 1 right. So, yeah, it was an interesting weekend of football results, let's just say. But let's just calm. Enjoy it, but calm.
Exactly that. We might as well go through the predictions first of all.
Well,
Danny,
hang on a minute. You said what was the clean sheet before, Nick?
2 clean sheets in a row.
Brentford.
Oh yeah,
In the league.
2-0, yeah.
In the league.
Yeah.
Danny Kiriakou, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, predicted 6 matches out of the 10 and got the same amount of points as our leader of the weekend, which was Jimbo, with 7 points.
Nicholas,
Jimbo, 7 points, mate. Calm down, yeah? 7
I'm
points.
happy. I'm happy.
Oh, was this? What was this? The second time Jimbo's won in 30-something game weeks?
Small steps.
Yeah, exactly. And his second place was Chang and my. Oh, hang on, no, I've got to reorganise this. Jim, you didn't come first. You came second. Chang.
Yeah, I'm sure Chang came first.
Chang got 7, and so did Danny Kiriakou. Is that right? Is that how you've got it, Chang?
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Miss Kate. And this is based off on that screenshot that you sent on Friday. From my count, Danny Kiriakou has 9 points. I could be wrong, but he has 9 points. He got 2 correct predictions. Danny Kiriakou got 2 correct predictions. The Southampton Bournemouth game, he got at 1-3, and he also got the Palace and Everton.
Yes, you're right. He got 9.
Yes,
So-
he has 9 points.
Wow.
We should take
6
points off
predictions.
Kate. We should take points off Kate, Jimbo. What do you reckon?
Can I just say we're all in the mud because he predicted half as many as we did and got most points. So I've got Danny on 9, I've got Chang on 7, then I've got Jim and I on 6 and Nick on 4.
I could be wrong here, but
hello.
from my count,
VAR.
I only have 6 points, not 7.
Oh, wow, Kate.
Hang on, let me
there's
consult
3 of
VAR.
us.
Hang on.
There's 3 of us with 6 points each.
Yeah, Jim's got 6, Chang's got 3, 4, 5, 7. I've got you down as. Why have I got you down as
I got
7?
1 correct prediction, which was the Liverpool and Wolves game.
Yep.
And I got 1 point each for the Spurs United, the Southampton Bournemouth, and also the City Newcastle. Other than that, I didn't get any other points. But
You're
I could
right.
be wrong.
I gave you a point for Chelsea.
Yeah, I don't get a point for Chelsea because I'm the only one who predicted a Chelsea win. And because of that, I don't get anything for the Friday.
This is outrageous. This is outrageous. Did I actually get 4?
I'm fair. I'm very fair.
Did I actually get like 12 points or something? I know I didn't. I'm just saying.
Chang, how many points have you got Nick at?
From my count, he has 4.
Oh, good. So
yay, she's got 1 right. Yay!
Oh my god, I'm so blonde. So the scores on the doors now that Chang's corrected me.
No wonder I'm last in the overall with you.
No,
Jim,
you're last.
it's not just Kate's adding up, mate. All right? Let's get it right.
Jim is on 140. I am on 165. Nick is on 175, and Chang's on 177.
So how many points did I get this week?
6. We all got 6. 6, 6, 6, except for Nick, who got 4. So Chang is outright leader.
You know what? Do you know what as well? Invite Danny Kiriakou on. I have a bad week, so he's not coming on again.
And Chang didn't watch the game, and we won. Just saying. Chang, just saying.
Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing now? I haven't had my haircut, so I'm having my haircut this week. So does that mean that Ipswich are going to beat us? Yeah.
Yes, don't have your haircut. You've got to let it grow, like Hoover did.
I can't have it grow anymore. Look at the state of me. I look like a.
You'll
gorilla.
have an afro.
Yeah.
Let's have a look to the chat. We've got Shemtan says, where's Shem? Afternoon, Princess Kate Jimbo. Hope you're both well after that good win yesterday. We weren't great, but got the job done. United was shocking, but still had better chances to score than we did. Mum's back in hospital again, getting frustrated and angry at how she's been treated. Big love to you, Shem. Yeah, it's not great, the NHS at the minute. Big up, Matty K. Good to see you. Good afternoon, Amelia. Lovely to see you, my darling. Afternoon, Paige. Unlucky Man United, just saying. Big up, Matt. Drew La says, afternoon to a lovely couple, Kate and Jimbo, and all you lovely lot in peeps in chat. Paige says, congrats to Spurs on winning. Still buzzing about United's performance. Had me on the edge of my seat. A bit of sarcasm there, I think. Afternoon, all lucky win for you yesterday. If Man United took their chances. If Spats the monkey nuts, Angus.
Angus, hang on. Yep, that's the delusion train. Ethan Waneri, the next Lamine Yamal. Yeah, okay, cool, that's fine. We got that. Yeah. Nonsense coming out of the Emirates as usual because of one good game.
Exactly that.
From Waneri, Angus. Don't think I'm not seeing these comments in the chat. I'm seeing everything. I'm like, not like Jacob, but I'm seeing just the Arsenal hatred. Yeah. So he
Matt
had a good
and
game,
Angus,
just like Spence did. He had two good games, right? Spencer's had two good games. He's got man of the match. Who got man of the match for Arsenal, by the way? Was it Marino?
No, they gave it to someone else, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah, they give because he said, I'm not going to give it to the goal scorers. Who did he give it to?
Let's have a look.
Oh, bloody hell. I can't remember who they gave it to now. But look, Matt's coming in with the double-edged compliment there. Congratulations on the first home win since November. And your point is, Amelia's stitches are falling out. Good to hear.
Wow.
I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming Garnacho, the Argentinian Werner. Paige says, Garnacho only aims to hit the moon. Big toilet brush up form is useless. And don't get me started on Hoyland. I actually like Garnacho. I think he's in the wrong team. But Xerxes was crap as well. Big up Lisa says, hi Kate, Jimbo, Chang and Nick. So nice to see you, especially after a Spurs win. Let's win again, please. Laugh out loud. That'd be nice if we kind of made it a bit of a habit. Jimbo getting hyped. Yeah, sorry, Jim. I did say you'd won. You had won for a minute, but I had one job and I still managed to get it wrong. What can I say? I'm very blonde. I didn't know whether I still don't know whether Colorado is a state or a city. I'm not sure what's going on with Colorado.
I've told you about 5 times now.
What is it?
It's a city. Colorado's a city.
So what state is it in?
Denver.
Oh, I thought Denver was like the capital of Colorado.
Kate, move on.
Oh, I don't know. I don't get geography.
I've told you so many times.
Done it again, isn't she?
I don't listen, Jim. I don't listen to you a lot of the time. I'm not going to lie. I think Kate got a brown paper bag of cash to lose some points. Yeah. Jimbo, give it to me. Angus, I said,
I don't want to win that bad.
I said Waneri was going to have to be aluminium malt and carry us, and he did exactly that at the weekend. Delusion is real. We're getting Mbappe. Well, he's going to sign for us. Lily White Lane, Robbie's here. Big up all. Great day on and off the pitch for us. Great to see fans putting personal differences aside and uniting against the owners. Lunick out, says Matt. Johnny, big up to you. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. As much as we think Sterling is crap, Angus, he's still he's an important option for us as we have no one else. Yeah, celebrating second place. Your hair doesn't look too bad, Nick, says Lisa.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. It does. It definitely does. So
views on the protest, we'll go to that in a minute, Daniel. Leave me. Who else? Yeah, do you know what? If you watched me on the terrace last night, George come in firing, giving it large. And I actually said, calm down, be humble, because at the end of the day, it was a battle of really mid teams. So I don't think there's anything to gloat about. But
It was a good game to watch, but it was end to end.
It wasn't a good game to watch, Jimbo. Come on.
I enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, we know you enjoyed it because when you went into Specsavers to get your new glasses, you said, "Can you put some rose-tinted frames in there because I want to see things better than they actually are."
I enjoyed the game.
Big up the Eagles, big up Cantab as well. Big up Benji. Afternoon, everyone. Yesterday was an amazing day. Nick, respect Waneri. Yeah, he got man of the match. 7 goals at 17.
Okay. Hang on. Let's provide some context, please, people. Matt, 7 goals, 3 in the Premier League. Yeah, 3 in the Premier League, 1 against Girona, and 3 in the EFL Cup. Bolton Wanderers 2, and Preston the other one. Don't start gassing it like it's Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, AC Milan, Bayern Munich. It's Leicester freaking City, mate. So come on, right? And don't you forget, Michael Owen scored, 17 years old. Fabregas, one of your own. Wayne Rooney at 16. So come on, what are we doing here? We're putting them in the brackets like this after 3 goals. Come on. You and Angus are like Spurs fans in disguise. You're gassing it up way before you need to gas it up, right? Let's just say he started well and let's see how he develops. He is not class. He's not your new star boy. Star boy, it was never even a star boy anyway. But come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? He's done it in the Champions League against Girona, mate. What are we doing here? It's not Real Madrid. Let's go and see him do it against Real Madrid and you knock them out, or Man City. Let's see you do it against Bayern Munich and knock them out, Angus. Before you start, let's not do Girona, mate. It's like playing against Wycombe Wanderers, mate. Come on.
Nick's preaching. He's preaching. Big up Scarecrow says, if United took their chances, we'd have lost. If we took ours, we'd have won by 3 or 4. They didn't. We won. It's football. Stop dwelling on the what ifs. Exactly. No ifs, buts, and monkey nuts.
Football's about taking chances and missing chances, right? We took the chance we needed, and they missed the ones that they needed. So we win the game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Daniel says, I swear it took 77 minutes for Arsenal to even have a shot on target against Leicester at the weekend. Angus won't mention that, though. Exactly. You can have Garnacho. Not for the money you want for him, thank you. Fans inside the stadium were amazing. Great atmosphere. Simon Hill says, important win yesterday. Spence is on fire. Proud of the protesters. Looked like there was a few thousand. I don't know how many there was. I don't think anyone knows. They're just guessing because someone said 1,000, someone said 2. Unless you're going to count them, I don't know how you know, but
it goes up. It goes up all the time. So we were having a bit of a conversation about this on with Ben and Sim and everyone else, saying it was 600, then it was 1,000, then it was 1,200. You know, it's look. I think there was potentially up to, I'd say probably 1,500 to 2,000. I think is probably a fair reflection, unless you've got someone with a clicker clicking and you then don't know. You can, you know, it's all ifs, like you say, Kate, all ifs, buts, and monkey nuts. But it was the biggest protest that there's ever been, and I think, if it continues to do that, then you know that's really positive. So that's all that matters, right? We want change. Mm-hmm. And that can mean whatever you want it to mean, but yeah, really good, really good to see it. It was really impressive, and obviously,
and Levy wasn't there.
Yeah,
well, yeah, he was in America, but Donna Cullen slipped in while they were obviously all in front of the West Stand, bit like what Kate does when she slides into the ground, so that people can't see her. So, Donna Cullen and Kate could be the same person. You never know. You never see them.
Never seen us in the same room together. I'm just going to put it out there. I can assure you, when I dream at night, I do not dream of second place. So you're wrong. I've noticed the pro Levy fans said there were 500. Levy out saying 2,000. Anyone know the numbers? No, I think we just covered that.
Who said that about second place?
Uphill Gardner, who I think is a gooner.
What difference does it make? Second, third, fourth, fifth, you don't win. You don't get a trophy for second. You don't get a trophy.
This is what was I watching the other day? I was watching something the other. It was Wolfie. Wolfie was saying to a gal was like, "Oh, we're going to win this and we're going to win that and we're trying to win all of this." And Wolfie said, "Yeah, but if you finish second and we finish fourth or fifth, we've still won the same as you." And the gal was having none of it. So yeah,
Well,
I think yeah, it's.
If you look at it realistically, Nick, Tottenham have actually got more chance of winning a trophy this season than Arsenal.
Why is that, Jimbo?
Well, because we've got a better chance in the Europa League than they have of winning the Champions League or the league. Our chances are, I think, are higher than theirs.
Yeah, I don't think. Look, I don't think Liverpool lose 5 games to let them back in, right?
No, of course not.
So I think, yeah, it would be, you know, and you saw at the weekend, it was tight, and then they just came through. And obviously, Arsenal will do Arsenal things, especially around Easter time. But I guess you never know, right? It's knockout football. You could say that maybe us and them have probably got a similar chance. I don't know, but there's always a chance.
I would say our chance of a trophy is a bit easier than theirs.
Well, that's a discussion. It's all opinion. There's no factual evidence to base either one. But I don't think that we'll win the Europa, unfortunately.
Do you know what I think, Jimbo? I think we're both as bad as each other. That's what I think. We're both as bad as each other. And Arsenal,
we're both going to win.
Arsenal think that they're like Real Madrid, but in essence, we're just the same as them, except we've spent 400 million less, 500 million less than maybe Arteta has, and it's just the same. The stadium, if you put the stadiums together, they look the same. Both in North London, one plays in red, one plays in white. It's horses for courses, really. The fans are all deluded. You got your deluded side. You got your you know, like Sim. I mean, Sim last night, I'll say it again, he was inconsolable. He was just ridiculous. Like, this guy came on before me, and he was like, "Oh, I love you, Sim. You're a real guy. You talk all sense like that." And I was like, "Oh my God, what are we doing here? We're going crazy over it." So, and then you've got obviously the people that don't want this manager, don't want this, and that's the same with Arsenal. So we are the same team, just different names.
This makes me laugh. Not true, Jimbo. Second is a Champions League spot and a lot of money. What do you get for 12? First of all, Arsenal fans used to banter us going, "Oh, what'd you get for second place? Nothing. You're just first losers. Oh, yeah, it's like a trophy. It ain't a trophy." And look, now they're hanging on to it.
Uphill Gardener, we finished in front of you for a few years on a row, right? But it's still not a trophy, is it? Finishing above you is not an aim for me. No, it's not something that I think, oh, we've got to finish above us. If you finish above us, I really don't give a shit. But we both want to win trophies, right? And I just think, this is my personal opinion, they've just shot me down and said that they think it's about equal. But I think that it's going to be easier for us to win the Europa League than it is for you to get in front of Liverpool, who are flying, right? And even when they're not flying, they still win, and to win the Champions League. It's only my personal opinion, but that remains to be seen at the end of the season, doesn't it? I mean, Kate's probably right, and Nick's probably right. But either one of us will probably win fuck all.
Lazy 8.
25 million Uphill Gardener between second and 12th. 25 million pounds.
Big up to you, Nick. Says first-hand perspective, there were over 1,500 participating, probably more. I hope you enjoyed it, Nick.
Right, Nick.
Good to see you. Tail ran his legs off.
That's the first time that someone that's associated with the Irish Hotspur that's gone to a game that's actually seen them win. So the curse is broken, Nick.
The Nick has broken that awful curse. Let me guess, because Tottenham lost against Leicester, I can't criticise Arsenal taking 77 minutes to have a shot against Leicester. What are we doing? Get that stinky fruit Arteta out of my club. Big up Kate and Jimbo. Agree with 100%. The aim of elite sport is winning trophies.
Yeah, exactly. And this is what Wolfie was saying the other day, because when the gal was gassing up Champions League, Wolfie was saying, well, when Forest won it, you only got in the Champions League because you won the league. You didn't get there because you finished second, third, fourth, or fifth on coefficient points, right?
Yeah.
So look, times have changed.
It's about winning trophies at the end of the day.
Of course, it is about winning trophies. There's nothing more. There's nothing more than I would love us to go to Bilbao and to win the trophy, and Arsenal to not win anything. And the worst season that we've ever had in living memory, and we've had some pretty bad ones for a number of reasons, not just position and everything else. It would be
it's just like Tottenham to do that. Tottenham, if Tottenham did that, would you be surprised? No.
Morning roundtable talk. Morning leader Dorset Spurs says, afternoon guys, just remember Arsenal named a day after being above us, just saying. Uphill Gardner says you should want to finish above everyone, Jimbo. We do, but there's no prize for second place.
I don't get I see Uphill Gardner, right? I know Arsenal, some Arsenal fans, and I see Arsenal fans, they start spunking their pants because they finished above us. It's like, I don't spunk my pants if I finish above Arsenal. If I finish one above you or one below you, to me, it's like, well, I didn't win the league, or I didn't win a trophy. It's not about finishing above you. It doesn't enter my mind at the beginning of the season.
Big up Chris Agabar, and as Daniel says, second is just first loser. And how we live in La La Land when you're comparing Waneri to Lamine Yamal and saying you're going to get Mbappe amongst all the other codswallop that comes out of your gooners' mouths is beyond me. But Moondog, big up to you with a super chat saying, hi, everyone, love the win. Come on, you Spurs.
Give him some hearts, will you, Nick? Give Moondog some hearts.
Yeah, the hearts. We can't do it. But this is where you're wrong. In Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea banter eras, they've all won trophies. Tottenham are 12.
What's that got to do with anything?
Just let them. You know what? Do you know what? Right. What I love about Arsenal fans is Arsenal fans love to gas over they're like the worst fans, right? The worst fans. And I put you all in the same, right? All in the same boat. So if I offend you, I'm offending you all. Just in case anyone gets offended, I offend you all, right?
Do you know
because
what, Nick?
They are the worst fans, but like gassing things up, like they genuinely think they're gonna win this league, right? Genuinely, they think they're gonna win this league. Genuinely, they think that Waneri is the next star boy, better than Lamine Yamal, the next cab off the rank. Nonsense. This is what I mean, right? If they signed a striker, maybe they would have, if they'd signed a striker, maybe they'd be 6 points clear, 8 points clear.
I actually, and I said this last season, right? I actually don't really care what Arsenal win and don't win. Like when we played City and it could have handed Arsenal the league, I wanted to beat City so bad because it doesn't bother me if they win the league, Arsenal. It doesn't affect me, not at all. But they seem to be affected by us all the time.
Yeah. Big up again, Moondog, with second super chat. I'm going to bring this up, and Chang, I'm going to come to you first about this one. What about Spence? Surely he deserves an England call-up on his recent performances. He's been immense. If the whole team played with his effort, we'd be right up there. Just how good is this guy?
I'll answer that in two parts. The first one being, why was he left out at the beginning of the season and only brought in when things looked dire? But I mean, this is why you never write off any player, whether it's a fringe player, a bench player, an under 21 or an under 18 player. Anyone on their day can step up, and he has absolutely stepped up massively, not only on the flanks, but in any position, in any given position that he was called upon. And again, this goes to show that sometimes you don't always get it right with players in preseason or from their early form at the beginning of the season. And full credit to Jet Spence. I thought his Man of the Match award was fully deserved, and it will go a long way to helping Thomas Tuchel make up his mind as to whether he should be in a reckoning for the England call-up. But yeah, this is why I've never once given up on him. Neither have I given up on Timo Werner yet. But his time is fast running out whilst Spence is doing all the right things that's expected of him. And I think the best is yet to come from Spence. I honestly do. Given a chance, of course, I would like to see a lot more of him. But we have to understand that this is a team game, so his chances will come. And now that they have come for him, it's good to see that he's fully taking these chances. And yeah, I think given the way Kyle Walker himself has been, on a sort of a downward spiral, I would say that Jet Spence has a very, very, very good chance, and it's his to lose now. All Jet Spence need to do is just to keep his head down, keep his feet firmly on the ground, not get overly carried away. And if he just keeps plugging away, England will come calling soon enough. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, big up to Moondog as well, saying I thought Odegaard looked great when he came on, getting the hat trick there. Lynn says, I'm an Arsenal fan, but Kate will tell you that I'm realistic. I'm not affected by Spurs because Arsenal squad is miles above your squad. Barry can't compare Spurs players to Arsenal players. Spence definitely needs an England call-up. To be honest, he's already better than the current England players in his position. I've watched several England games and England needs Spence. Big up as well to Paddy Hartnett. Nick, what's your thoughts?
Hang on. I cannot compare Spurs players to Arsenal players. When was I comparing Spurs players to Arsenal players? I wasn't comparing them. I was just saying that they weren't as good as you all think they are because they've scored 7 goals or 3 goals in the Premier League. I don't understand, if I'm honest. I'm not sitting there and saying Romero's better than Saliba or Gabriel or Van der Ven. They're better. So I don't really understand, if I'm honest.
No. But Nick, what's your thoughts on Jed Spence got man of the match for us?
Look, I think he's showing. He's definitely showing everyone. I mean, I said I wasn't convinced by him, and he's proved me wrong. Yeah, I am, Paddy. You're right. He's proved me wrong. Look, what can we say? I mean, what are we doing? He's no Lewis Skelly. What are we doing here? He's not because anyway, this is nonsense. We'll see Arsenal fans gassing again over a 17-year-old.
Oh yeah, but I don't understand why they have to compare because
exactly. This is the fan base that insist every time Foden's mentioned and going, Saka's better than Foden though. It's just they have to compare their players with everyone.
Why can't they just turn around and say, do you know what, you've got a good player on your hands there?
Yeah.
Like we have done with Arsenal players.
Yeah.
Sometimes be a little bit humble, right? And instead of thinking on the delusional side or the negative side, just say, do you know what, he played well, you've got a good player on your hands there. I've watched Arsenal games and said that he was sensational, whoever it was that game, you know.
There's no humility. I'm afraid.
It's football, and if someone plays well, you are allowed, if they play for a different team, to say he had a really good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, you can sit there and say Miles Lewis Skelly has got this dog in him, Matt. He's embarrassing, mate. Are you going to call him out? Are you going to call him out for what he did to Haaland? Like calling out the greatest, like the probably will be the greatest, one of the greatest strikers in the world, right? When he's finished his career, and it's just crazy. Remember Reece Nelson, yeah? Remember Reece Nelson when you're all gassing him up, and you didn't need to, you didn't sign Isaac, yeah? You wanted to keep Reece Nelson, who can't even get on the pitch for Crystal Palace, yeah? Just remember that, Arsenal fans, yeah? There's no need to sit there. Old Lewis Skelly, let's do this. Remember Odegaard with the camera at the end of the game when how did that work out for you? Yeah? How did that work out for you? Yeah? Even at the end, Haaland, you just bantered Man City 5-1, but he still goes, you like one of them, wouldn't you? A gold Premier League badge. You've not got one of them, have you? Recently. Yeah. So come on, guys.
Listen, if you think he's a legend for that, then the standards at Arsenal Football Club from when I was growing up have gone to shit because he just come across as a cocky little twat who needs to have a bit of humility, much like the Arsenal fans. But Jimbo, I mean, what Lisa says here is what I love about Spence is he's showing he's not just a great defensive player. He makes things happen offensively too, drives the ball forward, makes great crosses and great decisions. We love Spence. We wanted Spence. We've always been confident that Spence has got something there, but he has muddied a few people, including Nick. What do you make of Jed Spence?
Well, I said when they wasn't playing him, I couldn't understand why they're not playing him. I've always liked him, and I knew he'd come good for us if we kept him. I said sell him at one point, and the reason I said sell him was not because I didn't want him, if you remember, Kate. I said because it's going to ruin him. Just sitting there in the background, he's too good, and he's coming good. I'd give him I'd give him a longer contract and up his wages. I would make sure we nail him down because there's nothing about him that I don't like. I just think he's a nice kid, right? His footballing attributes all over the pitch are fantastic. He did a tackle yesterday in the box. I think it was on Hoyland, where just as he was going to shoot, and he run back from midfield to do that tackle. You know, there's nothing not to like about him in my book.
Yeah.
You know, he is sensational.
And as I said to Steve D, he's not even playing in his preferred position yet. So when we see him in his preferred position, wow, I don't know what we're going to see. But I mean, I'm so impressed with this guy, and I'm delighted for him because he has had a shit start.
And do you know what, Kate?
What?
Do you know what? Before you go on to Conte, another thing you got to remember with him. He's only a young kid, right? And we've got a very young squad, right? And he's going to be one of the most experienced ones in a couple of seasons. And I think it's important Tottenham keep him. I really do.
Yeah, I was going to say he had a crap start. Conte made it clear he didn't really want him. You know, Ange didn't put him in the Europa League squad, blah, 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 blah. And he's basically come out and showing them this is what you're missing out on. And he's got 2 man of the matches in a row. And yeah, I just absolutely delighted. And Fiona, I'm with you. In my view, he's better than Porro and should be our right back. I am with you 100%. I'd move Porro more forward and perhaps have him on the wing.
Royale was better than Porro, people. Just remember that.
But James Flower also says Big Vic was unreal yesterday.
Yeah.
Chang, we saw yesterday why Big Vic remains our number one. He was immense again. What did you make of him?
From the highlights that I saw and also watching back on replay, I thought he was good and composed. He did save us early on before we got our goal, and he was also key and instrumental in providing us a lot of much needed stability at the back. And I think to cap it off, I mean, I'm not sure anyone noticed this when Son went off. He gave the armband to Vicario
Yes.
compared to anyone else on the pitch, and I thought that itself spoke volumes. Because we had other players who I think who came on, or rather who were in the club a lot earlier before him, players like Ben Sankur. But yeah, that in itself is a good indication that we've sorely missed him. And I read somewhere, I think Daikaru wrote somewhere that when we lost Vicario, we were in 5th place and a few points off of 4th. And the moment we lost Vicario to his knee injury, it all went wrong for us. Of course, that's not the only thing that went wrong, but that's just an indicator as to how important it is for us. And I really would like him to properly challenge for that starting 11. That's not to say that he is a certified certain starter, but that game yesterday showed us why we were missing him so much. And it's good to have him back at this critical juncture now that the knockout stages of the Europa League are about to begin. And it'll be good competition too for Kinski. So that if anything, I hope that this gives Kinski that much needed kick up the back himself to improve, much the way Jed Spence himself approved. So hopefully Vicario back would not only provide us with a good goalkeeping cover, but also provide that much needed competition for Kinski to improve himself. Who knows? Kinski might end up being another Spence in the making. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah. I mean, I said yesterday on the pump up that as soon as the team come out, I breathed a bit of a sigh of relief to see Vicario back. And I thought, as well as him, I thought Danso did well again for us. Jim, you're nodding. Do you agree?
Yeah, I said to you when Danso come in that I think he's going to be the surprise package. I really like him. I mean, I never saw a lot of him before he was linked to us, but I watched some of his football after he was linked with us, and he looks the real deal to me. And I think that he was solid yesterday. I like him. And Vic,
Yeah.
but I thought Vic was so commanding yesterday. It was lovely to see. But I'm not taking nothing away from the other kid, right? I think he's a good second keeper, and he will get his chances.
Yeah. Simon asked a question. Nick, I'm going to put it to you. Would you swap Sonny for Matoma?
Yes.
Instant, not even thinking about it. It was like,
I don't. We have to, unfortunately, make peace with the fact that Sonny is not Sonny anymore. And we saw it yesterday, and I said it after the game. He's either got he's got like the cross between the Werners and the Richies. Son, he can't control a ball. He can't run at players. He can't pass a ball. And people can make excuses, right, and say he's tired. He's just old, and unfortunately, he's past it, and he's not the same Son, which is a shame. But we cannot keep holding on to like he's going to come good or he's going to do this. Unfortunately, he's 32 years old. And for me, and I've been saying it all season, unfortunately, not just me, James Flower, if he's still here, he's been saying it as well, his Son is finished. And unfortunately,
I thought he did well yesterday. I thought he had a reasonable game yesterday.
He put one cross in the box that no one was on the end of, and that was it. He was giving the ball away. He was losing the ball. He couldn't pass. He was taking players on and losing the ball. I don't know whether I was seeing a different game. I don't know.
I thought he did all right yesterday, Nick. He did a lot better.
But the point here is you've got players back. Why did he not come off on 62 minutes like Maddison did? Right?
Yeah.
Son's needed a rest. So why has he not gone off the pitch?
He did take Sonny off, didn't he?
Yeah, in the 82nd minute or 83rd minute or whatever it is.
Yeah, look, we've got to be realistic. You're right that he's not the player he was. Right, I have to agree with you 100% there. But he's still got a part to play over the next couple of seasons.
Yeah, he has. But for me, it's about it's about him coming on and having an impact on game. Yeah. I don't think he's a starter anymore.
I don't think he's a winger either. I think he needs to play as two up front, but I don't think Andrew would do that. But I think Solanke and Sonny as two strikers could work, but I don't know if Andrew would do that. But I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, if Man United had took their chances and blah 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 blah." If Solanke starts
chances as well,
if Solanke starts that game yesterday, we win that game easy, in my opinion. I think we missed Solanke massively yesterday. I like Tell. I know a lot of people are giving him shit, but he's 19 years old. Someone on the terrace was comparing him to Solanke, who's 27. It's not fair.
I've seen what Beyond's put.
Yeah, he's not finished his South Korean, I know. I mean, Kang, don't you think yesterday was a perfect game for Solanke? There was so many chances. I think we win that comfortably if he plays.
There are two ways of looking at this too as well, Miss Kate. I mean, yes, Solanke offers us something a lot different compared to, say, Tell or Johnson or Odabeer or even Son himself, in the sense that we need a proper forward to sort of aim for. And whilst I'm not disagreeing that, Tell didn't do that much of a disservice to himself, but come on, I mean, Solanke was touted as the replacement for Kane at the beginning of the season, and I still do see him as a replacement, a long-term replacement. But that was the game, and not only against United, even against Liverpool, we honestly missed him against Liverpool. If we had him against Liverpool, we might have ended up with a draw, and it would have seen us through to the final. And you could see how instrumental Solanke was for us against Liverpool in the first leg, where he scored an offside goal and set up the assist for Bergvall. So I felt that was a good game for Solanke to be present, but unfortunately we will still have to be waiting for him to make his much awaited return. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't be too much longer now that the Europa knockout stages is on the brink of starting. But yeah, that was the game in which a lot of us would have wanted him to start or even come on at some stage, much like Oderbier, who has been missing for, I don't know, 5-6 months now since his injury and against Coventry. So hopefully and this is now is a question of if and when he does come back, will we still get the same Solanke we had before we lost him to injury? I think only time will tell. But yeah, that was the game I felt in which if it was Solanke, a lot of those slight rule crosses or those passes by Son would have found Solanke, and that would have easily been goals. But unfortunately, Solanke wasn't there for us. But let's hope that it won't be before long, before Solanke gets back to full fitness. And yeah, really can't wait to have Solanke back, because then it would be a different Spurs with him back in the starting 11. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, Jimbo as well. Moondog actually put it in the super chat. We watched Odegaard on his debut. We were at the game when he made his debut, but he did look really lively when he come on. I was really impressed.
He looks a good little player. It's a shame we haven't seen more of him because of his injury. But we will do. I would imagine over the last part of the season, see more of him and get a better idea about him. But he looks a decent player. I think we've got a good young squad, Kate. It's going to stand us in good stead over the next few seasons. Sprinkle, as I said yesterday, sprinkle some older heads in there that are Premier League proven. And I think we've got a lot to look forward to. I'm optimistic about the next few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, Simon said I'd play Odegaard against Ipswich and give Sonny a rest. There is that argument. Sonny does look like he could do with a rest. I don't know what you think.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick's probably right. It's I think it was Nick that said it about bringing him on in the second half as an impact player. When they've done that before with him, he's always done well. So I still think he's got a part to play in this squad, but more sparingly than starting him every game.
Yeah. Martin says we have to acknowledge Sonny isn't the player he was, but that happens to everyone. The Premier League is too much for him now, but he's been a great player for us, and now it's about levels. Would you take Diego Costa? He's available as a free. I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole. About anyone else?
Arsenal might. They need a striker.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to answer that.
James, if you've got my number, which I don't know if you have, but if you have, because I haven't got yours, will you drop me a text at some point? Please. For some reason, I haven't got your number. I don't know why, but we have got Chrysandro saying, what did you say, Nick?
Nothing.
Yes, honestly. Tell isn't a winger. He's a striker who could do some stuff on the wing. Hope he won't be played out of position whilst with us. What did you make of Tell, Nick?
I thought, I agree with you. He looked lively when he come on. So let's hope that we get to see him play. Let's I mean, he's not the next Gareth Bale. I mean, that's or Robert Pires. Sorry, that's what the Arsenal fans would be saying, wouldn't they? So look, let's just wait and see. Let's see. He's
really young, Nick.
Yeah, exactly. And look, to him and Tell play for France together. So let's it could help, and they could build that relationship. So. But let's get him getting some game time. Let's get him look. We realistically we've got players now. We can rotate. We can rest. I mean, I would be really surprised if we don't rest a load against Ipswich on the weekend. Considering we've then got Man City in the week. But now we've got look. And I'm not saying let's get them all in and play them for 90 minutes. If Romero obviously will be back because Argentina play a couple of weeks later. And we've got all the other players back, right? So look, let's just be calm. Let's see what we can build, and let's see because it's exciting, right? Because we got options now. Odegaard, Moore, Sonny.
Yep.
Lynn, I never said that they're going to walk into other top teams. What I said was right? We've got a good young squad, and over the next few seasons, I'm excited to see what they can do because I think that they're good players and they will grow into the Premier League and become exceptionally good players.
It's not
Some of the
just
young players we've got, I think, are really going to be really, really good players.
it's not just Tottenham fans that are sort of gassing up. A lot of people have said good things about Bergvall, for instance. Looks very good. He's come straight into the first team and he's making an impact.
Yeah, but
None
he
of us
does
get
make
it,
mistakes, Kate. He's got to get the mistakes out of his game.
of course, but he's a child.
Yeah,
Like
it's going to
he's
take
young.
time.
I mean, Matt keeps trying to be funny, saying that everyone's comparing more to Neymar. I don't know who ever said that, but no one here
No
has
one on this
ever said
show.
that. If we're going to talk about stupid things, your Egal said that no one from Real Madrid gets in the Arsenal team. So if you're going to pick out what one fan says, we can do it all day long, mate. All day long. It's unfortunate that Son is a huge earner towards the Korean market. I can see the club continue running him into the ground until it ruins him. Yeah, I hope not, because we saw that with Lloris, which was sad to say. Big up, Ben. Good to see you. Listen, really enjoyed your lives from the protest yesterday. So well done to you. Barry, stop slagging off Arsenal fans. You concentrate on and Spurs. You're disingenuous. I love to hate Costa. I would have loved him at Arsenal 10 years ago. Yeah. And do what Ben and Sim say. Like the stream, people, please. It really does help. Bergvall's very rash, but you can tell he's a good footballer. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got mistakes in him where I think that I watch him sometimes and he gives the ball away so stupidly where he's got so many options. And then another time he's in a tight position and he'll get through 3 players. So it's just that it's finding the right balance with him, and I think that it will come over time. It's just because he's a young guy. He's kind of been thrown into this where they probably have liked him to grow into it a bit more. But you can see he's got it, and you can see that once he settles down with it all and he's had a bit of experience and the right person in his ear, that he's going to be a very exceptional player.
Yeah. James Flower don't have my number. Do you have it, Nick? James's number?
No.
Oh, well, Ben will have it. I'll get it off someone. Do not worry. I slated Ego live with it. Well, I'd like to know who said that Neymar and more are alike, please.
Hang on. Let's go back. I was just doing something. Stop slagging off the Arsenal fans and concentrate on Andrew and Spurs. You were disingenuous. What? Because I'm slagging off Arsenal fans. I'm not allowed to do that now. I think you'll find I'll slag off my team as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm not allowed to do, Lynn. So I will continue to slag off Arsenal fans, as Arsenal fans will continue to slag off me. So it's if I'm big enough and ugly enough to give it, I'm big enough and ugly enough to take it, and so should they be as well.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Is Lynn an Arsenal fan then, I take it?
Yeah, Lynn is, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Remember, it's okay, Kate. We ain't got a player as good as Limar at his age. That's Arsenal. Oh, listen. Waneri may be a superstar in the making. Who knows? Nobody knows. No one's got a crystal ball. We have to wait and see. But don't say that we gas up our players when you guys do it all the time. I remember Arsene Wenger bringing in Jeremy Aliadier and saying he's going to be better than Wayne Rooney. What happened there?
Who's the kid who did that? Who took the piss out of
Lewis Skelly?
Yeah, I mean, what a player he's going to be, you know. But I'm man enough to turn around and say that he's an exceptional player and will be once he's like Bergvall. Once he gets it in the, he's kind of been slung in as well, isn't he? Once he gets settled in properly and he learns his trade properly with the right people teaching him, he's going to be an exceptional player without any doubt.
Big up, Lisa says, I don't think it's right to call Kate and Jimbo deluded about their opinions of our younger players. They are entitled to their opinions. And Lynn, you are taking what they said out of context. Yeah, I agree. Oh my God, Matt, I know what you're referring to. James Maddison said, as a tongue-in-cheek, jokey comment, all of a sudden Mikey Moore turned into prime Neymar. He didn't actually say he is as good as Neymar. Oh my God, Matt, seriously, get a life. I can't cope with that comment. I've just realised
he did say it tongue in cheek, Matt.
He was joking. No one really believed it, for Christ's sake. Spot on, Kate. No one has a crystal ball. Exactly. We don't know what's going to happen. We all thought Dele Alli was the future of Spurs, and he got to there, and then something happened, and he went back down. Who knows? Nobody knows. There's so many factors that can come into it. Saka, he's a great player. He could go up to the next level, go to Real Madrid, and be an absolute legend, rather than staying at Arsenal and win nothing. We don't know.
I just think with our young players, Kate, I think we've got something to look forward to with them. We've got Van der Ven, Bergville, Moore, Gray, Vicario. We have got now Tell's come in. We've got Odebert. We've got a lot of young players that I think could really, really push us forward over the next few seasons. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but obviously it's the Premier League's a hard league. But once they feel their feet and get a bit of confidence with the right person teaching them, right, I think we've got a lot to look forward to as Spurs fans with these young guys.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. It's gone again. Brennan Johnson got a few minutes. I thought he injected a bit of pace, something a little bit different. I thought it was good to see him back. I know he gets a lot of stick, but I was pleased to see him back. What did you make of Brennan?
Well, I can't say too much about him because I think he got half an hour, maybe less than half an hour when he came on. But it was good to see him back, as it was good to see Odebert back. And I think Johnson still has a lot to prove, honestly. And it is good to see him back, but would we, see the best of him yet if he hasn't already, shown us his best? I welcome him back as a squad member. Honestly, given a choice, I would rather have Johnson compared to, say, maybe a Will Lancashire, or let's see who else was on the bench, or Dane Scarlett, or even Mikey Moore, if you talk in terms of Premier League experience. So having Johnson as an option coming off the bench is definitely a welcoming sight, as is say Udogie, and let's see who else. Only Odebert. So yeah, it's good to have Johnson back. But honestly, I think we still have to, not raise too much expectations from any of these returning players, because I just mentioned this earlier about Solanke. If and when we do get Solanke back, will he be the same Solanke? And that also can be applied to, say, Van der Ven and Romero. But it's great to see Johnson back for us, and that half an hour or so for him when he came on will do him and us a whole world of good. And I really do look forward to Johnson coming off the bench more often for the remainder of the season. However, I still feel that we need to manage our players in their return, because the returns for Mickey Van der Ven hasn't exactly gone to plan. So it's good to have them back, but let's ease them in, not throw them in to the deep end just yet. And let's just see how this season plays out. But welcome back, Brennan Johnson. Great to have you, and looking forward to much more of you for the remainder of the season, and hopefully for many more seasons to come. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, exactly that, Chang. I agree. And look, at the end of the day, he scored some good goals for us. And, I see Daniel Levy says he wants to be our Solskjaer. I definitely think he's more of a super sub than anything else. But, Jim, I'll come to you first with this, because you was delighted. I didn't expect Maddison to start yesterday. You said that he would. And, wow, I'm glad he did.
I not only said that he would, I said that he needed to start. They needed to start him. Look, you can love Madders or you can hate Madders, right? If he's on form, he makes things happen. And that's what he did yesterday. He made things happen. I think with Madders, he takes a lot of confidence from the people around him playing well. If they're putting the shift in and playing well, it steps him up a bit. If people are having a bad game, he seems to go backwards, doesn't he? But everyone was putting a shift in yesterday and really trying, and he made things happen. Kate, he done some good tricky little passes, got out of situations that I thought he was going to lose the ball, and obviously popped up for the goal. And he did say in his interview that that's what he needs to do: be up there and be ready to jump in and jump on chances like that. You know, yeah, I thought he did really well. But I just want to say to is it Paige, the Man United supporter?
Yeah.
The thing is, Paige, when you looked at the two teams yesterday, right? On both sides, I don't think there's any real superstars. I don't think we've got any proper real superstars. Our superstar was Sonny, but he's gone backwards a bit, and he, you know, be what if it's his age or whatever. But he's not what he was. But he's still a superstar to me. But Man United, they've got no superstars in their team. And when have you ever seen that with Man United? Not
Yeah.
even for Bruno. He's not a superstar. He goes missing all the time. He's lazy. When you looked at the two teams yesterday, it was just two teams that on their day can beat someone like Man United have this season, like not beating Liverpool in the cup or what last season, man, and City. They can do it, right? Like we can. We beat Liverpool, we beat City, but it's two teams you look at and you think they could go up against the Brentford and lose. They could go up against the Bournemouth and lose, you know, and a Leicester. That's how I look at our two teams at the minute. But I think personally, right, and I'm not saying it because I'm a Spurs fan, I think that we've got more to look forward to with the players we've got at the minute than the players you've got. And that's just how I feel. But I've never, in all the time that I've watched football, right, I don't think I've ever seen a Man United team where I can look and say they haven't got a superstar in their team. They've normally got two or three superstars in their team. I mean, when you look back to when we was 3-0 up against them, we was at the game, right? And we lost 5-3.
Yeah, they brought Beckham on,
they had a
didn't
whole
they?
team full of superstars.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't think you can look at Man United at this minute. I think they've wasted a lot of big money on players, and I don't look at them as a team now that's like threatening, and that proves that because we've beat them 3 times this season, you know. And when I look at us, we're going to have an exciting future with these guys, but we haven't got a superstar, someone you can turn around and say this guy would walk into most teams.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel exactly the same about Man United.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Nick, I'm going to come to you before we go on to the protests. KJ said last night, if you put Amorim in charge of Tottenham and put Ange in charge of Man United, Amorim wins that game because Tottenham have got more quality than Man United. Do you agree? I mean, Man United, like Jim says, they used to scare the shit out of me playing them, and now it don't even cross my mind, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time we've beaten the team 3 times in a season since 2013 or something. Is that right? Which was Chelsea.
Well, no, it's the first time we've done the league double over them since the 89-90 season.
Right.
But it's the first time we've beat them 3 times since the 20s, isn't it? Or something ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't even know what I saw some stat and then I didn't remember it. So yeah, look, if Amorim's in charge, I don't know. Does he? I don't know. Does he do that? I'm not really sure. You know. Can I ask Paige? She's a Man United fan, but she's got a Leeds shirt on.
I always think that, and I've never asked. But yeah, that is a Leeds.
Oh, I'm asking the important questions, Paige. What is that all about?
Yeah, what is that? What is that all about?
That is a Leeds shirt. Oh, don't you? Is this Sim? Is he woken up again, old Sim? Yeah. Old Sim. Don't you worry, Sim. If that's you, you're getting your comeuppance next Saturday, mate. Don't you worry about that, mate. Just because you've had someone call in, you've had a few people on Twitter back you up. Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't think there's calls for Amorim to be sacked, and I get it because their record at the minute is terrible. But I don't think sacking Amorim's the way forward for Manchester United.
Look, just look at their squad, right? They because they paid big money for these players, right? It doesn't make them great players, right? It means they paid big money for them. Look, I'm not being horrible, but tell me one player in their team, right, who you think is going to end up a superstar.
Well, I think Bruno Fernandes, right, is an excellent player. And I think if you actually look at his stats, he is an excellent player. But he is also very toxic. And I think his time's
And very
coming to an end at
lazy.
Man
He's
United.
lazy.
Yeah.
I tell you one player who stood out for me them yesterday. I don't know his name. He's the coloured guy with the fuzzy hair.
You mean Xerxes? And I
Xerxes.
thought Xerxes, he had a terrible game, I
Yeah,
thought.
but I think that he could be a really, really good player. I do. I think he could be a really good player, Kate.
Yeah, but they weren't playing, Ben. But yeah,
Yeah,
Diallo and Maina are both good players.
yeah, they weren't playing yesterday. But do you know what? Right? They've got for me, they've got a bang average squad.
Yeah.
They have.
Which says, what if they sack Amarim, they're still going to have a bang average squad. I think they need to give him a couple of windows. They're in a situation like we are with Ange Postecoglou. He's got a very similar philosophy as well, and he won't budge from it. So they're going to have to just give him time. I don't think sacking him is the answer. But that's me. I mean, I'm trying to give it as an unbiased opinion. I'm trying not to think of it as a Tottenham fan. I just don't think it's the right thing to do. So
that comment before Shimtam, so true.
What one?
I think it was Future Music. Was it Future Music?
Oh, big wages don't always equate to a good performance. Man United are the victims of their own wallet with their sporadic purchases, like the likes of Pogba. But yeah, I agree with you, Paige. I don't think it does anything at all. Diallo's their best player, and then Mainu. Yep.
I think it'd do more damage if they sack him.
Yeah. If a new manager comes in, players will throw him under the bus in no time. Yeah, I mean, they've got rid of Rashford, and I don't know, they're still no better. I think there's something inherently wrong there, much like our club, which leads me on again. That was a nice little link up that I've done now. I'm getting quite good at this malarkey. To the protest yesterday and Paddy's question, which I'll come to you, Nick, first of all. Do you think the protest will make a difference going forward with the club?
It's a difficult one, right? Because I'm trying to be more insightful for Sim, because obviously he'll tear me apart. Look, will it make a difference going forward with the club? Yes, you'd like to think so, right? Because that, like I said, it was the first time that there was the amount of people that were there. There was people there that you may have not have thought would be there in terms of Levy in, Levy out, or what that looked like in terms of supporting the club. And I think a lot of people put a lot of things aside, egos, feelings towards one another, in terms of a common goal for Spurs, right? And I'd like to think that it has a difference. Do I think that protesting every week will Daniel Levy will be sat there going, "Oh, I need to sell the club now because there's 3% of whoever many people turned up for Saturday's game that want me to sell my club"? Absolutely not. But if something happens, and look, they're not getting any younger between Daniel Levy and Donna Cullen and all of that, and Joe Lewis especially. That do they want to have this in their lives? Do they want to have this have all this going on with them? They probably don't. So let's just hopefully it does have a difference going forward with the club. What the outcome is that they want, my understanding, and I don't want to misquote because people like they want this and they want that, is my understanding is they want Levy not to be there, they want Enoch not to be there. Obviously we've seen the things with Qatar and everything else. So does it accelerate it? Maybe. Does it, look, the people, whatever way you look at it, people, if we sell the club, you're not selling a club or selling a stake just like that, right? It's not like you're going in and buying a pint of milk, right? There's layers and there's processes and everything else that needs to be done. So I don't think you have it will be like, oh well, we did the protest and this is what happened, right? Eventually, yes, you know, the 1500, it needs to be 1500 again, and then 1500, and you know, then 2.5, then 3.5, then whatever it looks like, right? And I think, you know, as long as it stays true to what it is in terms of everyone being together, and it means that everyone is all focused on getting the best out of the football club, then 100%, then that would be the aim of it, right? But who knows? I guess is you know, from I guess if you look at when Brian Daigle was stood outside the training ground and I went to meet him for the first time, and there was about half a dozen of us stood there on that first day outside the training ground in January, and it was freezing freaking cold, to what it was yesterday, then it's a massive improvement. And I'm not saying that's by no means saying, oh, look at me, I went there, blah blah blah. I'm just saying it's a massive increase and a massive, you know, kudos to everyone that kind of that's put their focus into it, right? So we need to see it again and again and again, and let's see what happens. You never know. You can never say never, you know. But yeah, Levy was in America. Whatever he was in America for, who knows? I don't believe he went to America because
never. He was there before, Nick.
So let's not be those people. But yeah, it was a good improvement. I was pleased. I was pleased for the people involved. I was pleased for the people there. I was pleased for the people that turned up, and I was pleased for people putting things aside so that they could be there as well to put Tottenham first, right? And ultimately, when we're all dead in the ground, the football club will still be there in one way or another, right? So we need to, like with everything in life, we need to leave it in a better place than what we kind of took it over, if that makes sense. So if we can leave it in a better place with better owners or what have you, then everything else, you know. And I think the other thing is, the other thing is with it is it just needs to just carry on, people just working together, collaborating together, and putting all this nonsense aside, right? So,
I mean, go on, Jim.
I was going to say, Kate, do you know what, right? If I was Levy, I'd be sitting there thinking to myself, I could turn this around. I don't want to leave this club with a legacy that everyone hated me. Now, look, there's a lot of people that will never forgive him for the last 24 years. But if over the next few seasons, few windows, he started pumping bigger money and putting bigger wages into the club, and we started winning things, a lot of people would forgive him and forget. A lot of people wouldn't. There are certain people that will never take to him, but he could turn it around. It's not too late. I was looking the other day on Sky Sports, and they were giving how much teams spend to the revenue they get. And Aston Villa spend 98% of their money that they make on the football team. I know they're the highest. We spend 49% of the money we make on the football team. So it's not too late for him to turn it around. If he wants to leave a legacy, he's left a good legacy with the training ground and the football and the football stadium. If he wants to leave this club on a high, it's not too late for him to turn it around. But will he do it? I don't know. But I don't think the protest will make him sell. But it might make him sit back and think, you know what, I need to start investing in this club and get these people, they deserve trophies. It could go do that. I'm not saying it will, but I think there's more chance of that happening than him selling because people are protesting. I don't think he'll sell until he's ready to sell.
What I would say is I noticed the protests, they were singing Levy out, Enoch out, whatever, but they were also singing We Want Change. It wasn't all about getting them out of the club. It was about they want change. Chang, I'll ask you this one. How will people demanding Levy goes suddenly magic up the 6 billion it would take to persuade him? That's one of my questions that never gets answered.
But there is people out there with the money, Kate.
Yeah, I know, but let Chang answer, Jimbo.
Right.
Well, I mean, it all depends on whether or not the new buyers or the new owners are able to match the valuation set by the board. And if Daniel Levy has any say in that, then hopefully he won't be as tight-fisted and as stingy as a lot of people make him up to be. Ultimately, if he really is a fan, as he so often claims himself to be one, he must see that in order for us to actually properly progress, not just only progress, but to but to even play catch up. We are now even playing catch up with the likes of Newcastle's and whatever other footballing clubs that have the backing of a state nation. So ultimately, if Daniel Levy and the board have our footballing interests as the priority rather than just another cash cow, then some form of investment, proper investment, has to be made that has a reasonable return, or at the very least a guarantee that we do see some results, rather than just scraping past bottom league foders, or finishing mid-table every season. Like, invest wisely, but at the same time also invest in a way that is sustainable, which I think is what FFP is all about. And if we really are FFP champions, then I don't see why we shouldn't be investing in proper players and proper wages for starters. But again, a lot of this is ifs, buts, and you know what. So we have the infrastructure, put it this way. It's just how we go about dealing with it. And I would like to see change in this aspect. Put more priority on the footballing matters rather than just the revenues and the income. And let's see where we go with a sizable team now that we have it, and with maybe better management. Although I wouldn't necessarily look to get a better manager just yet, because we've seen what sacking Ten Hag has done for United, and I wouldn't really want to go down that path with Ryan Mason. Let's just wait and see what happens. But yeah, for the amount of money that we pull in, the revenue, I think it's only fair that the fans themselves get a sizable return for whatever they have invested in the club. And let's just hope and see whether Daniel Levy does the right thing in the coming few months. I hope possibly rather than few years. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Ben, this is what I would like for the football club. I've always said this. Levy out could also mean him getting out of the footballing matters for the rest of the time. Yeah, that for me is ideal. That's what I've always wanted. I've never wanted him. Yeah, I've never wanted Levy to get completely out of the club. I just think the football side needs to be looked after by footballing people. But look, massive congratulations to Change for Spurs, or Change for Tottenham, who have managed to organise that protest and bring people together more than anyone ever has done in the past. So massive big up to them. It was good to see some faces there. I watched some of the streams that Ben did over We Are Tottenham TV. I saw the likes of Ricky Sachs there. And yeah, it was good to see the fans coming together. I'm a bit like Bobby. I'm not 100% sure what difference it will make, but I hope it does. In the fact that I hope it does force Levy to change. I did read Paul O'Keefe saying that this Qatari link is absolute nonsense. There's no truth in it whatsoever. Phil P, woo! I did see you at the protest on screen as well, flying the flag. So yeah, look, I've always said, if that's how you choose to protest, whatever you choose to do is
well,
completely
put it this way, Kate. It can't do any harm.
No, exactly that.
If it's going to do anything, it's going to do good. It won't do harm. That's for sure. So
exactly.
hats off to all the people that went. And look, it might make him sit back and start thinking. If you build an empire like he's built, right, and he has built an empire, billions, right? Is he going to when he ends up selling or leaving or whatever? He's going to want people to think of him good. He's not going to want people to think of him bad, right? So maybe if this continues, he might change the wage structure. And I mean, Guy just put me right and said it was 42% that we spend on the football side. I mean, he can up that massively. He can up that 60, 70, 80%. And at the end of the day, they're still going to make a massive profit for him and the owners. And they need to pump more into it. They need to. If they want us to be a successful football team and we'll start winning trophies, and they had the ideal time when we had Poch. We had a team that was on the brink of winning, but it's not too late.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know you'd finished. I was waiting for you to finish up what you were saying. But yeah, look, the proof will be in the pudding. We'll have to just wait and see. But as I think everyone was a bit concerned that it would just be the typical 100, 200 people that turned up. So it was nice to see, a good amount of people there. And I think the fact that it's being led by Change for Tottenham has done that. So like I say, massive respect to them. I did see the post by Tell. He put a picture of him running against Xerxes and put signed for the wrong team ? With some clowns. So I love the fact that Tell has got this confidence and that he's giving it large already. I really like the look of this guy. Steve D's a bit on the fence with him. Talked to him yesterday, and I just said to him, I really think he'd come good. We won't know yet, but I hope he does, and I hope it's with us and that he doesn't go somewhere else and come good. But I really like the guy. Ben says, out of my club, 6 million in gross revenue and 3 million profit every match day after taxes and wages, etc. Phil P says, if there's a protest march when Kate and Jimbo come to the Forest game, we'll get a throne to carry them along or a mobility scooter. Yes, we will be there for the Forest game for sure. I don't know if I could do the protest. I'd be worried about people coming up to me, the paparazzi and stuff. I'm just saying. I was laughing I'm only joking. I was laughing at Sean doing his live thing and someone asked for a photo with him. And I said to Jim, it still makes me laugh that people ask for photos. It's sweet. It's very, very sweet. But Bobby says that he's had over 47 centimetres of snow. Very jealous.
He has.
I'm very jealous
He's
indeed.
phoned me and showed me the pictures.
Yeah, and me. And I was very jealous because it looks like Christmas. Concerts will be more because the average ticket price is higher and more people will buy refreshments. Yep. I'd like to know how many people who went to the protest actually went to the match after. I'd like to know how many actually went into...
But that's neither here nor there, Kate. I don't
just out of interest.
That.
Just...
Out of interest, why?
Box, Jimbo. Get back in your box.
Out of interest, why, Kate?
Just wondering how many of those who protested have lined Levy's pockets with match revenue. That's why. And that's no disrespect. I'm just wondering if there's many that actually went just purely to protest.
Look. I'm going to jump in there, Kate, right? Because it's
why?
neither here nor there. It's
like
neither here nor there. I would go to the protest, right, if I was there, but then I would go into the shop and buy something, and I would go into the stadium, watch the game.
Well, you're the problem, Tim.
I would buy some food and a drink, right? But it doesn't mean that I don't want change. It just means I'm out for the day at Tottenham, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to suffer because of it, right? And it's not just lining Levy's pockets. It goes into the club as well. It goes into wages for our players. It goes into wages for the people who look after the ground. And it goes into... So, for me, that's neither here nor there.
It was only a question. I wasn't trying to be funny.
I know. I'm just saying. But wanting change doesn't mean that you can't go to games and watch games.
No. Lord Ryan Arnold on Twitter says, Levy is done. It's over. He has to go. He has nowhere to hide. Change for Tottenham deserve huge respect. And yeah, like I said, I agree. It's the first time they've managed to get protests with that many people. And I just think that speaks volumes about the people running the actual protest. So massive respect to them. I enjoyed their videos as well. I was watching them on Instagram. Ben says, disliking the board, backing the team, two different entities. We're still there to back the team. We love Tottenham more than we dislike Enoch. Yeah. Guy Dunn says, what's the saying? Better the devil you know. Yeah, I'm kind of like that person.
Well, the thing is, Guy, I think that Levy is actually good for the club in the sense of making money. So if he sticks to what he's good at and lets people run the club, the football side of it, let people who know what they're doing, I think we'd have a fantastic club overall, like entertainment and football. But I don't know if Levy can do that, can he? Can he do it? He seems to be one of these guys that needs to have his head into everything. But sometimes you've got to sit back, no matter how rich you are or how clever you are, and say to yourself, you know what? I'm not that good at the football side. Let someone else do it. And I'll stick to building this empire so the football side can be better and we can all make money.
My mum came to the protest. She met several people home that did the same, but me and my dad went to the game. But there's another question. Kate, what's your fucking problem? I only was wondering. I don't see what the big deal is. I'm not
exactly, Kate. Exactly, Phil. What is the problem?
I was just wondering, because you find that a lot of people, for instance, like I'm just going to put it out there. I don't think there's anything wrong with what I'm saying. You found that a lot of people that protested against Man United back in the day refused to go to the matches. So that is the only reason I'm asking. I just literally wondered. And I looked at the sit-in after as well. I don't know how many people did the sit-in, but Daniel says, I feel like this is what some Spurs fans are doing. They're mentioning they're still going in the stadium after protesting. People already have season tickets bought before the protest. Yeah. I would say 75% of the protesters were match goers. There you go. That's all I wanted to know. It was just purely out of interest.
So what Kate's saying is they're the problem. That's what she's saying.
Kate isn't saying any such thing. But
she is. Kate's saying it. Kate's saying it.
Lord Ryan Arnold is saying, you know what should be banned? Half and half scarves. Yes, I agree. That should be illegal.
I can't stick them.
It should be illegal.
Phil P, that's exactly right what you just said, Phil P.
And I would like, what did he say? Oh, I'm not there yet. Mark, I would like to say, I did say that you'd lose 3-1. I gave you a goal and you couldn't even manage a goal. So, yeah, Chelsea were terrible. I don't honestly believe Levy doesn't want us to be successful. We just need to get better recruitment.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
What is your problem? Terry refused to buy anything Man United related. Yeah, I mean, like I say, everybody...
That's because Terry's an Arsenal fan, Matt.
Everybody deals with it how they want to deal with it. Big up Peter Kagaius. Daniel says, I see some Spurs fans online. I will call it out. I don't give a shit. Basically, still mocking it a bit because they all week have been saying it would fail and have mocked it. Look, it was better than I think anyone anticipated. So, yeah.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, a protest is a protest. If you don't get as many there as you think, if people are still protest, you still got to take your hat off to them because they're trying to do something. So if they've only turned out 400, I'd have still been praising them because they're trying to do something, you know. But it turned out there was a lot more. So, but look, it's something that can't hurt. So I have to agree with it.
Yeah, like I say, each to their own. It's not for me or anyone else to judge. I'm totally on this board. I want Levy out of the footballing matters. That's what I've always wanted. And yeah, that's where I stand. But as Daniel Leave Me says, it was definitely needed. I think fans needed to have their voice. Kate is Donna Cullen walking along, singing a song, walking in a crazy Levy land. Phil P, when I see you, I'm going to give you a slap. I'm just letting you know that's going to happen. He probably will like it, but he's getting it. But I'm going to leave it there. It's 1:30, so we've had a good hour and a half. Chang, any Friday show? I'm not sure what's happening yet. I'm going down to London on Thursday, but I will keep everyone informed. But Chang, any streams planned?
Nothing whatsoever. Seeing as we have no midweek football for the first time in God knows how long. And I honestly am just loving it.
Someone's just started drilling next door and it's very, very loud.
Yeah, I haven't heard that. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm not doing anything from between now to Friday. And assuming we do have a show on Friday, then that's the next time I'll be on YouTube.
Oh my God,
It
that
just
is
sounds
so
like
annoying.
someone's humming. It sounds like someone's humming to me, but it's perfectly fine. I'll just get past. Yeah, looking forward to Friday's show. If there's one for the preview, before we play Ipswich away, and that's about all I have, honestly, because I have to sort of get back to my work now that the Chinese New Year is over. But absolutely looking forward to this coming weekend's matches. Miss Kate, thank you so very much for having me on as always. And looking forward to Friday if we're having a show. And if not, then maybe next Monday, hopefully with another win on the trot in the league to, propel us up the league table. But otherwise, it's been a fantastic show. Back-to-back league wins with clean sheets is about the best we can hope for at this point. And let's just hope that this is just the start of many other wins for the remainder of the season, Miss Kate. Having said that, back to you.
Let's hope so, Chang. Thanks as always for
I just
coming
want
on.
to say that I'm with Guy when he says, I can't knock Levy.
Yeah.
When he gave us the stadium and the training ground, you can't knock him for that. He has done. He's done a lot of bad on the footballing side, but he's also done a lot of good for the club. He's made us financially stable.
I also agree with this, that you can't blame Levy for the semi-finals and finals we've been in and lost. That's not on Daniel Levy. So yeah, I think some people blame Levy for everything and think he's the devil incarnate, but I think there's got to be a bit of balance there. But look, each to their own. I don't know where Nick's gone. Oh, big time's buggered off. I don't know when we're back, Jimbo. Are we doing a show tomorrow?
I'll do whenever you want to do.
We'll see. I'm away Thursday, but apparently Yang Min Hook is doing a great job at QPR, says Simon.
Yeah, they love him, don't they?
Half and half scarf should be sold in the stadium. I love having both teams' date and location on there. As a travelling fan, I think it's a great memory to have. Nick wouldn't let me get one. I hope you're lying, Bobby K. I hope you're actually joking, because they are outrageous. They should not be allowed in any shape or form, because they're outrageously bad. But please, everyone, smash a like on the video. Massive thank you as always to Moondog, who's gone in with a hat trick of super chats today. Bless you. Your support is so appreciated. Thank you, Nick and Chang, for coming on. Daniel says, I can blame Levy for the lack of quality on the bench in the Champions League final. That happens because of Levy. Yeah, I mean, we could go on forever. But we will be back this week. I'm just not sure when. So have the notifications buttons on and you'll find out. So, Jim, do you want to end the show?
Yeah. 2 wins on a row. Up to Ipswich the weekend. It's going to be three wins on a row. I haven't lost with this shirt on yet. So I will be wearing it the weekend. So come on, you fucking Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret. Smashing the top bins like in the onion net. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim. And walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match. Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mix and transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match.